Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about externalities and how they affect both businesses and bystanders. So what is an externality, you might ask? An externality is a side effect of a situation that gets imposed on bystanders. This happens when their interests aren't taken fully into account. Externalities lead to market failure. We will go over these two types of externalities. The first one is called a negative externality. This is a side effect that harms bystanders. This happens when a business force the cost of their outputs on other people and don't take full accountability for it. For example, because of the societal raise in prices, the University of Alberta is debating whether to raise their tuition costs or not to keep up with inflation. While this would have the institution be making more money, it would have a negative side effect on the students who now have to pay for more tuition. Now on to the positive externalities. These are the ones that benefit bystanders. They still lead to market failure because they aren't considering the full effects that they have on bystanders. Positive externalities create positive external benefits. Using the U of A example again, when a group of students protest to keep the tuition costs down for themselves, it will have a positive impact on the rest of U of A students because they don't need to pay more tuition costs. Businesses often make choices that aren't in society's best interest because it would be in their best interest of themselves and their business growth. When your actions affect bystanders, these are externalities, which are conflicting between your private interest and society's best interest. This leads markets to fail. When it comes to externalities, there are two kinds of marginal costs: marginal private costs and marginal external costs. The marginal private costs are paid for by the seller. Sellers tend to pay close attention to these because it directly impacts their businesses. Businesses don't pay for the marginal external costs, which are imposed on bystanders, so businesses tend to care less about them. From society's perspective, the most important cost is the marginal social cost, which is the sum of the private costs and the sum of the marginal external costs, as you can see here. The marginal social cost causes a shift in the supply curve, with the size of the wedge between them equal to the marginal external cost. The supply curve is the marginal cost curve shown on this graph. Well, this has been my video on externalities and how they work. Thanks so much for watching.